Welcome to my London vlog. The flight was pretty good. I usually fly with Air Canada, so it was nice to be able to fly with a different airline for once. And I got the window seat. I made sure to book this so I could take some nice footage. It was a quick flight, but I actually enjoy flying, so that doesn't really matter to me. The guy sitting beside me was sick, so he was coughing and sniffling the entire flight, which had me concerned. I was like, oh God, I do not want to get sick a second time on this trip. But everything ended up being okay. And honestly, what are you gonna do? So this is me landing at the London Gatwick airport, and this airport is huge. It was so busy. I was definitely overwhelmed with how many people were there. Then I got to the train station at the airport and I was off and headed towards central London because that's the area I was staying in.
Between the train and the platform. This station is London Blackfriars.
So this is me stepping onto the London streets for the first time, so this is my first impression of it all, and this is right outside of the train station closest to where I was staying. I was really tired getting into London, so I just decided to get a coffee from McDonald's first thing when I arrived, and I also kept recording these look left, look right signs on the ground because, I don't know, I just thought they were funny to me. They're there for tourists, and they definitely work. Like, they're good reminders, but I don't know, I just thought it was funny. Then I explored around the area a bit, and you see these signature cards pretty much everywhere in London. Personally, it's one of the first things I noticed, and I don't know what it is about them, but I just love them. They're just funny looking to me. Then I started to head over to my Airbnb. It was about a 10 to 15 minute walk. I got distracted on my way there. I saw this really nice McLaren. But yeah, for being overwhelmed and overtired, pretty good first impression of London. And now this is me arriving at my Airbnb. And here's a quick tour of my room. This was pretty much it, but it worked for me and it was cozy. Yeah.
Hello. Okay, hello. I just woke up from a nap not too long ago. It is now like 8:30 here, which kind of sucks because I slept for like 3 hours, but I really needed it. Like, I literally was running off of 4 hours of sleep today because I was up late booking this place. I was up till 3 a.m. last night booking accommodation, and then I also had to like pack and shower and everything, so it was a long night for me. And then I had to be up like 7 a.m. even earlier. Yeah, no, somewhere around 7 a.m. I had to get to the airport to catch the flight. So once I arrived here, the tiredness really hit me. So what I ended up doing is I had to buy a train ticket. So I got to the train station purposely so I can book my seat reservation to Amsterdam. And so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get that sorted right away as soon as I get to London, because I'm not gonna wait till day of, because last time I did that, the seat reservations were just gone like completely. And I'm using like the eRail app where I only require a seat reservation. I got to the place and I got really lucky because she was like, this is the only one left for the entire day through eRail. Like, if I wanted to purchase a whole ticket plus seat reservation, which would have been like over £100, I think, then I could have done that. But this was like the only seat reservation available through eRail, because I guess they kind of have a system for that. So I got really lucky. The not so best part is that it's at 8 a.m. and I have to, she said, arrive at the train station an hour and a half before. It's almost like a flight here when it comes to trains. I mean, at least international trains. The gates close at like 30 minutes before departure or something, so like you need to get there early and go through like, I don't know if I think they have like security for it. And I don't know if they do passport check, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think they do. I mean, we'll see. I still have no data. This is why I gotta go right away. I gotta go to a grocery store and purchase like a SIM card and then some water. I also have no water right now. Apparently like London is not, it's huge, it's not very walkable. We'll see how I get around. My Airbnb host gave me an app to recommend how to get around. I'm also gonna look into tours because I don't really know what to do. Like, I have nothing booked here and I want to see a lot, but nothing is like walking distance. So of course I want to see like the main touristy spots. I honestly, when I arrived, I was so tired I didn't even realize the cars were driving on the left side of the road. That didn't process until I got to the walkway and it said like look left, look right. They have those painted on the pavement for tourists. So I thought that was really funny. My flight to Copenhagen, out of Copenhagen, was very simple. The system they have in the airport is just so much more advanced. Not to mention, I took the metro to the airport in Copenhagen. No driver. It's fully automated. There's one that runs every 2-3 minutes. Also, those things go so fast. It was like unexpectedly fast. I was like, goddamn. Unfortunately though, the metro that I got on the stop before the airport, there was a guy on drugs that was on our metro, and what he did is the stop before the airport, he pulled the emergency brake and like took out the hammer or whatever and then walked off. And there's no driver on that train, so then we were stuck there. And at that point I was like already running behind, which I really wasn't. I had time, but I was like, oh god, I gotta get to the airport. I was contemplating walking, but it was another 15-minute walk, and I was like, surely they get this sorted before that, which they did, but someone had to like properly close it. And then yeah, like I was saying, like the system they have in Copenhagen, it's much better than Canada. In Canada, at least where I am, like when you go to the airport to go through security, someone is there to greet you, to scan your boarding pass, and then you continue. In Copenhagen, they have like these doors that open after you scan your boarding pass. So they have multiple ones. You just go up to it and you scan your boarding pass, and then they open, and then you follow the line, and then instead of someone directing you into a line like we have in Canada, they just have like an automated screen and it says, go to this one, go to this one, go to this one. And it's just like, it works, it's efficient. I'm like, wow, it's just like so much better. Boarding was interesting. I've never boarded a plane from outside like that. So that was a first, that was cool. And the plane ride was surprisingly quick. We left late and arrived early. I don't know how that makes sense, but it didn't even feel like an hour flight. I think it was like a little over an hour, and then there's a time zone difference. Anyways, that's pretty much it. That's my little updates, because I can't always vlog those little details too, so, and then I don't want to forget. This Airbnb so far is really cool. It's literally just a room, and for the price, it's actually kind of pricey. I'm not gonna lie, now that I'm seeing the room, I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually kind of pricey. But at the same time, everything here is expensive, so I understand why it's the price that it is. But yeah, I'm gonna go do that stuff at the grocery store, come back here, figure out what I'm doing tomorrow, and then probably take it easy, probably shower. Yeah, I'm in London. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm just like city hopping, city to city. All right, that's pretty much it. Goodbye for now. I don't know if I do that. Bye.
So then I went and did a mini grocery run, and I also picked up a SIM card for data. And then when I got back, I just spent the rest of the night looking up what I wanted to see. Alright, and then it was the next morning, and this is what I ate, and honestly, looking back, that does not look good, but this was a close breakfast place to my Airbnb, and I ordered a English breakfast, which of course I had to do because I'm in London. It tasted pretty alright, and the people there were also really nice. And then I was off to go see my first tourist attraction. Where I was headed was not walking distance, so I decided to take the metro, but they actually call it the tube here, which is a fun fact that I learned from one of the guys that I briefly talked to at my Airbnb. The tube is really quick. It definitely caught me off guard when I first got on it. I wasn't expecting it to go this fast. Like, I definitely experienced a little bit of a stomach drop when it first started to go. I think it's quicker than the Copenhagen metro, but I do think I prefer Copenhagen's a little bit more just because it was mainly cleaner, but this one is still really good. And here I am arriving at my first tourist attraction in London. Maybe you know what this is already, but this is the famous London Eye. And this is where you go to purchase your tickets. And fun fact, I don't know if this promotion is still active, but when I was there, if you purchased your tickets on your phone online instead of in person there, you would save £5. So that's what I ended up doing. And then, of course, it started to rain. I even asked the guy working there if there's a point of going on the London Eye when it's raining. And he said, yeah, of course. So I decided to go. And this is me moments just before getting on. By the way, these things don't ever stop. They continue moving even when you're getting on and off. It goes very slow, but it is always moving. They probably cram about 10 to 15 people in each one of these, and it's not the best. Obviously, a private one would be better, but it's not that bad. You just have to take turns taking photos. And this is the view from the very top that everyone comes on the London Eye to see. My camera decided to focus on the raindrops instead, so just give it a second here. Okay, this is when I saw an Uber boat, and I had to record it because this was the first time I've ever seen one in my life. And this is me with the beautiful London scenery. In case you were wondering, this is what it looks like inside. We were getting close to the bottom here, so this was almost the end of my London Eye experience. The experience was honestly pretty good. It lasts about 30 minutes, so that's plenty of time to take photos and videos. And yeah, overall, I did like the experience. I would recommend it. It is a little pricey, I'm not gonna lie, but now I can say that I've been on the London Eye. And it's also genuinely a really pretty view of the city from the top, which make great videos and photos, but that doesn't compare to seeing it in person. And then it started to pour, and I was like, I cannot continue my day without an umbrella. So there was a shop across from the London Eye, and I went and bought that clear umbrella. Afterwards, I started to walk towards the Westminster Bridge because I wanted to go see Big Ben. And here I am again with this beautiful view. And there is Big Ben. And then I got hungry and I was looking at places nearby, and look at this place. 2 hygiene rating, like who would ever eat here? Definitely not me. The vibes here were nice. I hung out here for a bit and then continued. I actually didn't mean to record this, but because I did, I will talk about it. And it did actually happen to me moments before this, just on the Westminster Bridge. So basically there's these scammers and they'll come up to you with roses and offer you a rose and tell you it's a gift. And the lady that did it to me was really pushy and insistent on me grabbing this rose. I told her no like probably 5 times before she backed off. I don't really know what happens if you take the rose. I just know that you should never take the rose. I think they just kind of start harassing you for money, but I'm not 100% sure. Just don't take the rose. And here's me one more time with Big Ben, and then I saw one of these London telephone booths and I had to record it because they're just iconic. Hey guys, I'm walking to the Buckingham Palace. It's like the, you know, the palace in London. So, yeah. On my way to the Buckingham Palace from Big Ben, there was a park, so I decided to walk through it, and this is St. James Park, and I saw these 2 little guys and they wanted to come say hi, but I didn't have any food for them. Walking through this park, you'll start to see the palace, so here's just a glimpse of it. This place is so huge, you can't walk around. Like, I've only seen so far, I did the London Eye, which is cool. I do think a little overpriced for what it was, but that's okay. And then Big Ben, walked by it, and then now I'm arriving at the palace, so yeah. Oh, I also, like, I swear on this trip, everywhere that I've gone, it's been raining. And I bought this umbrella for like 10 pounds because I was like, I need it, and it's pouring here, so. And this is me arriving at the Buckingham Palace, and just look how pretty it is. I gotta say, I'm super happy I bought this umbrella. It may have been 10 pounds, but it's pouring right now and I'm not wet. So, wind. Look, it's Royal Mail. It stopped raining, so here's one last video of the Buckingham Palace's main entrance, and then I was off to go explore more of London. Then I started to get hungry, so I got some food and some coffee. But guys, look at this little espresso shop. This was priced like a normal sized coffee, so I bought this thinking I was going to get a normal coffee, but nope, this is what I got instead. And I'm literally shaking the camera because I couldn't believe what I got. I went here because I wanted to check out the National Gallery. I believe all museums, if not most, are free in London, and I was just nearby this one and wanted to check it out. But by the time I got there, it was already closed. So then I just decided to go souvenir shopping. Oxford Street is the busiest shopping street in London. That's literally what it's famous for. There's so many stores here and so many people here too. This is actually where I ended up buying my London souvenirs. And then I was out of there and I took a double-decker bus for the first time. These things are so iconic, I just couldn't resist. I had to. I took the bus to Piccadilly Circus. I didn't know too much about this place prior to coming here. From what I saw online, this is like the New York Times Square of London, but this is really all it is. I mean, it is pretty there, and I still can't get over London's architecture. Then on my way to the next location, I passed the M&M store. I didn't go inside because I didn't really care to, because I was actually headed to Chinatown. Okay, I know you've already seen these earlier in the video, but I just want to say I think they're such a great idea and I love these food hygiene ratings. I think they should be pretty much mandatory everywhere. And I actually found a 5 food hygiene rating, which is literally the best rating that you can get. And I think I only saw 2 of them, so pretty rare. And I was in Chinatown because I was hungry, so this is what I ended up eating. And that was pretty much my night. I just headed back to my Airbnb right after this, and I didn't get any other footage for the rest of the night because I was so exhausted. So cue the next day.
Hello, I have a big day planned. I planned it all yesterday and everything I want to see. London is so big, I do not have enough time to see everything here in 2 days. I definitely will be coming back because I do like it here. It's like what I've been wearing the whole time because I didn't bring enough clothes on this trip. I should have brought 3 pairs of pants, but I only brought 2 because I thought it would have been warmer. I brought 2 long pairs of pants and 2 pairs of shorts, and I have not been using the shorts at all because the weather has been so rainy and gloomy. Yeah, so I've just been kind of like stuck wearing these, and I only brought this sweater. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat breakfast now. It's already past 11, so it's later than I'd like it to be, but yeah. I have a big day to plan today. You'll kind of see what it is. But yeah, I'm excited.
I found this place nearby and this is what I ended up eating, and I know it doesn't look the best, but it actually tasted pretty good, and at least I got a full-size coffee this time. And then after my breakfast, I was off for the day and I saw this really nice Prius. This car wasn't that bad either. So the first stop of the day was Hyde Park. Now this was a pretty nice park. The scenery was nice, and it was actually a massive park. Like, I did not get to go through even half of it, but I did enjoy the greenery and my walk through it.
At the Hyde Park Center or corner.
So I didn't end up spending too much time at Hyde Park, and that's because I was headed to the Buckingham Palace. You might be wondering, why are you going to the Buckingham Palace? You were already there yesterday. And yes, that's true, but this time I was actually going to the Buckingham Palace to go inside and get a tour of it. So that's where I'm headed now. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to take any photos or videos inside the palace, so I didn't get any footage there. This is already the end of the tour where you are able to record, and this is the royal backyard. They have a little cafe here, but I didn't end up getting anything. And this is the view of the palace from the back, which honestly may be even nicer than the front. And this is the royal yard. The grass is very well kept. And while you're on your way out of the property, of course, there is a shop where they sell little souvenirs and stuff, which everything here is extremely overpriced. So I did not end up getting anything. And then you continue to walk through their property to get back onto the London streets. And their property is not small. That was probably like a 5-minute walk just to get back out here. After my visit at the palace, I just continued exploring London and found myself in kind of like a wealthy area, which is right by the palace, which makes sense.
This is definitely a rich area.
If you're wondering how I've been getting around in London, it's mainly been by these electric scooters or electric bikes. And looking back, it does seem a little crazy because I am definitely not used to left-hand drive, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as you'd think it would be. Honestly, you just kind of follow the flow of traffic, and then you just kind of have to remember that the turns are opposite to what you're used to. And yes, you do have to drive these on the road. You can't drive them on the sidewalk. And here's Big Ben again, because I had to drive through this area to get to my next location. And here we are. So I went to Seven Dials Market. Now this market was really busy, but also really cool. It had all sorts of food and drinks that you can get here. There was a ton of variety. This banana place was really fun. They served their drinks in these little banana cups. This cheese place was pretty cool as well, but I just ended up getting this massive pizza. And afterwards, I also got a coffee from the market. So I was actually on my way to the nearest pier, and on my way down there, I actually got distracted by another market where all this shenanigans was happening. So I ended up walking around this market and checking it out for a bit. So the reason I went to this pier is because I was going on the Uber boat. Woo! I really liked this Uber boat. It honestly shocked me how many people this thing held. I was not expecting this many seats inside. I also think this is a really great alternative to boat tours if you're interested, because those boat tours can cost a lot of money, but this is a really inexpensive alternative, I guess. You can just take this and take in all the sights. You won't get any of the boat tour commentary, but I think it's totally worth it. And it's also a great way to just get around London if you're exploring it by yourself like I was. So I took the Uber boat to the famous Tower Bridge, and here I am with a view of it. This bridge is so gorgeous. I definitely think it's a must to go see in London.
It's beautiful.
There was even a concert going on right by Tower Bridge, which I think is so fun. The vibes here were just great. So I was pretty much just checking out the area around Tower Bridge. I just kind of wanted to see what was around there and what was going on. And then the sun started to set, so I got to see the beautiful Tower Bridge with all of its lights on at night, which is just such a gorgeous sight. Just look at this. And that was pretty much the end of my third night in London. Honestly, I didn't really want to leave this area, but it was getting late. I got to cross over Tower Bridge one more time, and then I was just headed back to my Airbnb. I ended up taking one of the double-decker buses back to my Airbnb, and there weren't too many people on it, so I got to sit on the top and had a front row view, which was nice. And then I was getting a bit hungry, so I stopped at a McDonald's. I didn't really want to, but it was late and it was close to my Airbnb.
Okay, hello. I just got back. It is after 11, and it's my second day in London, and I love the city. Today I kind of started my day late. Unfortunately, I didn't want to, but I kind of slept, and it's after 11. As you can see, I have a McDonald's bag. How much have I been eating McDonald's on this trip? I think this is my second time only getting McDonald's. I have to be up at like 6:15. And it's already past 11, so it's gonna be another night where I don't get a lot of sleep. I have to pack like everything tonight. Also though, I'm debating now kind of splurging a little bit in Amsterdam. The only reason is like this Airbnb is good, but it's kind of like you kind of get what you get for this price. In other cities, this price would be like you would get much better quality, but this is London, so like, and don't get me wrong, the room is great, but it's like I've had some issues with the bathroom. The shower doesn't really shower. Yeah, it's like every time you shower, the whole floor floods, and then there's like this mop. Yesterday, after I was showering, I spent like 10 minutes mopping the floor. It's just like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, everything works, but it's not, there's a little bit of inconvenience because of the price. and things are small here, which is fine, but you get what you get for the price. Copenhagen, I stayed in City Hub is what it was called, which was super cool. I actually prefer that bathroom over this one. This one is a shared bathroom as well with less people, because there's 2 bathrooms here, one on the main floor and then one on like, I think there's like 3 levels, so one on the 2nd floor and one on the main floor, and there's 6 rooms, so 3 rooms are supposed to share 1 bathroom. Anyways, so it's like less people sharing this bathroom, but I preferred the City Hub bathrooms in Copenhagen because everything was clean. It was cleaned every day, if not like twice a day. Like there's so many toilets, there's so many showers. And then I found out that City Hub is also in Amsterdam, which I wish I knew earlier, but I didn't look into it. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna book City Hub in Amsterdam because I love the pods and my experience was great in Copenhagen. They're booked out, so then I was like, okay, well, I can do some Airbnbs as well like I did for this, but I don't know, I'm just kind of or I can do some other hostels. The reason I really like City Hub is because it's like a private pod, so you don't like there's still a lounge and you can like talk, be social if you want to be social, and it's a cool pod. Like I love the concept. I don't know, I'll check it again. Fingers crossed someone cancels last minute and I can book tonight, and I'll check it after I'm done all my stuff. But if not, then maybe I'm thinking about splurging a little bit and doing like a hotel that's gonna cost a little, but at the same time, like I want a good experience in Amsterdam. And not that this wasn't like, I love the city, but like this is fine. This does it for me, to be completely honest. Even with the issues, it's fine. But I would also like to treat myself a little bit and go somewhere a little bit nicer. So if that means splurging a little bit, like Amsterdam is also expensive. I don't know what is more expensive. I don't know if it's London. I think London is more expensive than Copenhagen, based off of my experience. Like everything here is so expensive. But we'll see if Amsterdam beats London. I don't think so, but hey, you never know. Today I went to the 7 Dials market, which was great. I actually loved it there. It was super, I love the vibes, but it is not cheap there at all. Like, because I kind of was under the impression that it was like street food, so I was thinking, okay, maybe a bit more fun. Nope, not even close. You're getting close to like 17 to 20 for a whole like main side drink. This was everywhere there. I went around and I was looking at all the menus. 17 pounds to 20 pounds for fast food, for street food. So you can imagine how much sit-down restaurants are. So I'm just saying, like, it's very expensive here. I'm like actually questioning like how people live here. But yeah, other than that, I had so much planned. I had like a whole itinerary. I did not get through, I don't even think half of it. The Buckingham Palace was really cool to see inside. Really sucks that you can't take photos. Like, there's so many things I wanted to take photos of in there, or videos, but you just can't. But that took me like 2 hours to go through, so that took a lot longer than I expected it to. But also you kind of go at your own pace, and I was taking everything in and like reading everything, so that's why it took me longer. But basically, to explain how it is, you get there, you have to go through security, by the way. They like search your bags, and it's like airport security, but less restrictions. They give you these headphones and like an iPod Touch or something, and it has that all these guides, and it basically tells you everything. It's like an audio guide, but it's not bad. Like the experience wasn't bad, but it is crowded. Like you're probably walking alongside like 50 people. It's just like there's so many people coming in through the day, because they take so many people in. So it's very crowded, so that kind of sucks. But I mean, at the same time, you can't take photos, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you go through the staterooms. That's the tour I did. I think it was really cool to see because it's still like an actively used palace. There was like galleries of like really old paintings, famous paintings from like the 1600 to 1800s. There was also like the ballrooms. There was like hangout rooms, dining rooms that's like overlooking their garden. What's really shocking is how much gold is in there. Like gold everywhere. Like, I mean everywhere. I don't know if like how much of it's actually real gold, but there's definitely real gold there. The, you know, the decorations, the cabinets, the vases they have, it's ridiculous. The lamp holders, like they had like literal sculptures of like little figures like holding these lamps. I went through to the coronation room, I think that's right, and inside was the big long robe and outfit that King Charles wore. They tell you what it's made out of. Those had like real gold. We got to walk through the actual room where all that took place. There was this room that they would like hang out, and there would be like garden parties. I think that's what they're called or something. And so this was when they had like royal guests coming and whatnot. And they still actually do this like to this day. They literally had like golden couches. They were gorgeous. Not like made out of gold, but gold, I don't know, plated or touched, maybe gold painted. I don't know if it was real gold. There's literal gold everywhere. It's very royal and rich in there. I don't know, really wish I could take photos. But yeah, I tried to check out like Hyde Park before. Didn't have too much time because I had to walk and then I was rushing. I ended up going to Tower Bridge, which I think was a must, and it was actually really nice seeing it by sunset. I've been doing so many steps, I think like but I think I'm just under 20,000 steps today, but still haven't seen a lot. London is one of those cities that's huge, and 2 days is not enough to see it. Unfortunately, I definitely will be coming back because there's so much on my list I didn't get to see and still want to see, like areas I didn't even touch, but I would like to. I tried to go to Sky Garden, but they close at 6 p.m. Wish I would have known that sooner. I didn't check out any museums while I was here, which I also wanted to do, but that's okay. Yeah, and then you kind of just like appear in different areas. Like after I got food at the market, I just kind of like wandered into, on my way to the pier to take the Uber boat, I just wandered into what's called Covent Garden. I think that's what it's called. Covent Garden? Convent? I don't know. It was a nice market to see, so I wanted to walk around there, and then I got distracted. Yesterday, I purchased this London crew neck, which I really like. The guy was willing to negotiate the price, which I've never seen at other places. So he was telling me at first, he's like £25, which still isn't even that bad. Other places I've seen like 35 for this same crew neck. We ended up settling on £20. I think the crew neck was like $35 Canadian, which is really good. And so I was like happy with the price I paid. Today I'm going to the Covent Garden and I see the same crew neck and it says sale and it's like £15. I'm like, of course. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I've been talking for too long now. I can just talk and talk and talk, but it's like if I don't talk, then I'm gonna forget these details in the future, and I don't get to capture everything on camera either. Okay, I'm gonna go because also I'm running out of space on my phone, which is another thing which has never happened to me, and so now I'm having to delete stuff on the trip, and I still have Amsterdam and more to see. So good night. I'll see you in the morning at 6 a.m.
Okay, so there isn't much footage between London and Amsterdam because I didn't record that much. So this is pretty much it. So I'm just going to keep this outro short. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you did enjoy and go watch the next vlog. It's already up. Yeah, that's all. Okay, bye.